In this video, we're going to be looking at this Snaptain P30. This is a foldable GPS drone, 4K camera. Comes with a controller and absolutely everything except for a smartphone that you need to get flying for like $299. So much cheaper than some of the competition out there. Can it be just as good? If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Troy. This is Roadside RC. You'll tend to find me bashing or crawling or drifting or racing, plus doing product review videos and how-tos. And I actually frequently use camera drones like the DJI Mini in some of my videos in order to capture some footage. We also do some small FPV drones just for fun and for racing and having a blast, and plus some bigger ones for video footage. Let's get this thing out of the box and see what's included. You get a handy dandy nice carrying case with it. We have some spare props, some spare screws, some more spare props, little screwdriver, quick start guide, along with a full thick manual. No, you do not need to download it online. They do print it out for you. One battery for the drone, and the drone itself, of course, which we'll get into more in just a second, and then the controller. Plus, you will need a little micro SD card in order to capture all that good footage. The last thing that you're going to need is to download the Snaptain Fly app on your phone. There is a link to it in the user manual. That's part of your interface to get the whole thing up and running. So I'm really excited for this thing. If it can provide good quality footage, have the 20 minutes of flight time that it says it can, at the price that they're talking about, this could be a great option for getting up in the air and getting 4K video footage at a fraction of the price of some of the other ones. We have the drone on, we have the controller on, and then I'm going to click here in the software. We have the compasses and everything all powered on, and so now I'm going to hit this button, slide up to take off. So, flying it here for the first time, I'm noticing the sticks are very touchy. Very, very touchy. Even though it says I have green full signal on GPS, as I fly it around, it seems to be a little bit unstable. Hard to get a little bit of a clear picture out of it. I expected the gimbal to be dramatically better than this. A little bit nervous about how it's going. I mean, look at that rock back and forth there. I'm going to bring it in and actually power it off and see if for some reason the gimbal's just not working or what it is. Why is it that? I mean, it's just crazy. I'm really surprised. I'm barely touching the sticks and you can see how much it's wobbling there. So let's hit a land. Lands beautifully. Turns off. Now that I've powered the drone off and back on, for some reason here it is trying to connect back to the app, and it says that it's connected, but I have no screen here now. And then it says device not connected. So even though these are connected up here, I'm getting nothing down here. Closing the app and reopening the app with everything else fired up. Ah, there we go. Now we're back in business. So this is my fault. I have clearly made a big blunder here. You have a 4K camera drone that doesn't have a gimbal. So that means the video quality that comes out of it is gonna be kinda useless. Alright, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get this thing up and above the trees. You can see the gyro in the onboard camera, the non-gyro in the onboard camera. Oh, and I have lost signal. It shows me 30 feet up and the whole camera, or it shows me 98 feet up. And the whole camera just went blank for a second. Let me get this thing out and over, kind of over nothing here. Oh my gosh, look at that video shake as we go. I'm holding steady stick and it's just wobble, wobble, wobble. Okay, about 100 feet up. You notice how we went, okay, now about 100 feet out. Now I'm going to move forward. And yeah, it's just... I'm really curious to see the video once we get this off the camera itself. Oh, yeah. The controls are not precise at all. As I try to fly straight here, I'm like, okay, I'm going to correct a little bit for pitch down the road. And I'm pushing all the way to the right, and nothing's happening. And then all of a sudden, it's a big movement. Big movement, big movement. It's not good for precise flying. Okay. 100 feet up, 600 feet out. I have lost image. Let's come back around. Super big latency. I don't know how we're trying to get this signal to the phone. But it's stuttering. I don't know if it's going to be real time once we get the footage off the camera. It's giving me real-time update numbers down here. But yeah, wow. We were moving and I had no idea. Let me get back closer to where I was supposed to be here. Oh my. Steady stick up in the gimbal without the gimbal on there. Just wobble, wobble, wobble and like crazy. Says I'm going about 16 miles an hour, full stick straight. A lot of prop wash as we come down. You can see the camera shaking a lot. So if I wanted to picture, it looks like I can. It looks like the camera has a little bit of a zoom, digital zoom in and out. Woo! It looks like there is a angle, ridiculously sensitive right here on this up front here. A ridiculously sensitive angle. It's like up or down. There's no, it's either looking down or it's looking out. Just as a touch of the switch. Like nothing happens, nothing happens, nothing happens, nothing happens, and then BAM! That is not super useful if you're trying to do some stuff here. Now I have a couple different bars up here. I have my green signal for the GPS. It didn't tell me how many GPSs I'm locked into, but it gives me some there. It shows me the drone battery is about halfway now, and it shows, maybe that's the controller? Maybe that's what that is. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to stop here, and we're going to come back up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to turn video off. I'm going to go to a photo. We're going to take a photo while we're up here. It says picture receiving on this. It's actually counting down, kind of a swipe. Okay, so there's one photo. Let me turn a little bit. Take another photo. I'm just curious. I really have no idea. Like the whole drone's bouncing around while it's taking this photo. I'll be very curious what this looks like when we come back in and get it off the thing. Okay, so now we're gonna come back down. Hey, look, I can look below me pretty well here. Again, a lot of prop wash. If you try to come down, it really struggles. I mean, that's just coming straight down, not trying to go fast at all. Vertical speed 2 miles an hour. Look at that wobble, wobble, wobble on the camera, on the video. Okay, angle back up. Now I'm going to try to come up here, land back closer to where I started from. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to fly this thing steadily. there I am. Now, I don't believe the camera has any kind of collision avoidance, so I think I can just literally fly it. Yep, fly it down to the ground. After that first flight with this drone, I was like, well, maybe there's something more to it. So I went back and I looked through the manual, and I realized that I had the drone in a normal mode. So I was like, okay, maybe that was part of the reason why it was so kind of erratic flying, not smooth flying. All right, here we are in the air. First, up back in the air, and I have it now in the cinematic mode, and the first thing that you immediately notice is, yes, it's still completely and utterly useless footage. It is making you seasick probably right now. It still does not fly smoothly, even in the cinematic mode. You push the sticks forward, it's just not intuitive whatsoever as far as how it flies. So that is still unfortunate and not good for us. So now we're going to try, more following cinematic. I'm going to get farther up away from the target here. This is my son on a lawnmower. I'm going to try to pan with him here as he moves. And again, it's just absolutely just jerky, erratic. The footage comes out bad. And then here now we are up higher in the air, up above the house, up above the neighborhood. And I tried to tell it to do like a point and spiral, and it just takes off and it's just spinning, and I don't know what the heck it's doing. It clearly does not seem like it is working at all like we would want it to work. Here what we're going to try to do, I'm trying to get the track view setting up. So one of the ways that it does it is it image track sees a human and it's supposed to track it. So this is my son, he has the basketball, he's out here, he's my guinea pig, and we're going to have this drone track him. And so I go through the full setup and we click go, here it goes, and it is just, it won't go. So no matter what he does, he moves around, he tries to walk down the driveway, and the drone just sits there. It won't move, it will not recognize him. The track feature, I cannot get it to work. End of the day, final result of this Snaptain P30 drone is skip. Yes, this is not the drone that you want. For the amount of money that you're spending here, you just need to save up the extra money and get a DJI like the new DJI Mini. It will do you much, much better. This is pretty much just a waste of your money and time. So there you go. On that disappointing note, that is it for us here today. I hope this was useful for you. If you were thinking about getting this, let me know down in the comments if you have any questions. And if you're curious about anything else that I've done with drones or FPV drones, there'll be a playlist popping up over here to your right. I hope to see you in one of those videos. Thank you and goodbye.